Like, can he just die?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Not Well. I'm Bobby.
I'm Jim.
We're kind of done with everyone. And by that, I mean...
Yeah, like, I'm tired of all these Christians with a persecution complex. Guess what?
Fuck?
It wasn't even the Last Supper, but you guys have to cry about everything.
Literally.
They're fucking criticizing
First of
my
all,
Christian faith.
That's blasphemy. It's only
It
blasphemy
wasn't
if it
the
was
Last
real.
Supper. It was the Feast of Dionysus because of, you know,
The
Olympics
Greek-
being Greek. And that's... Why do you think there was a guy in blue? Who do you think that was?
Right. That was the
Some
creator.
little satyr.
Yeah, like, okay. Right. I know. That's the thing they haven't
like
explained to me yet. I'm
all
like,
of
so...
these, like, that was not the Last Supper. Just get over it. There's a painting of the Feast of Dionysus. Compare it to
almost
that.
looks...
And also, the Last Supper is a painting from the 1500s. It's not even in the Bible.
It's not real.
The Last Supper is not real. There's no confirmation that there actually was a Last Supper.
There's no confirmation that there was actually a Jesus. So we're sitting here being like, how dare you talk about Christians? We're not talking about Christians, first of all. Second of all, it
There's
was like...
very few historical records of Jesus.
If anything, the Christians should actually be like, damn, they're showing a Christian thing right here, even though...
Yeah.
But because they're
they
drag
should be like,
queens,
wow.
Wow, they're showing God.
Jesus Christ has
Made the
inspired
Olympics.
so many different people to do all these artistic things
Weird.
throughout the centuries. And instead it's like, these are drag queens.
Do you understand?
There were drag queens in the 2000 Sydney opening ceremony in the Olympics, and no one freaked out like this.
What do you
there
think
were drag
Shakespeare
queen
was?
in, what do you think Mrs. Doubtfire was that my family loved and laughed at? And now all of a sudden drag queens are horrible and scary. And
They're not, and no
persecuting
offense,
me.
but they're kind of boring. Like, you guys
Well,
are
at
putting
this
them
point,
too much on
yeah.
a pedestal. Like,
Yeah.
they do flips
No
and they do
offense,
little
yeah.
things. No offense to our drag listeners, but
No
like...
offense, but there's been 39 seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Right, like I think...
I don't know.
I don't know why this is the hot button now.
Yeah,
it's like it should have been like 10 years ago.
Maybe like back when it was all
Season
starting
5.
to build up, but now we're at the point where it's
Yeah,
like,
it's like-
oh, you're a drag queen, cool. Next,
She's birthed like 250 drag
every
queens on...
bartender in Columbus is also a drag queen.
Also, drag
Everyone.
queen just means you get on stage and you're trying to make money because people have to hustle to live in this world. So it's like, let's talk about that. If you actually paid equally, or like, you know, we had like good wages and stuff, we probably wouldn't have to be drag queens at night to make money. Okay,
They're trying to get them dollar bills.
because some of us don't have the cock in the body to do it, so we have to we have to put some pads on and tuck her up.
Honestly,
It's true.
some of us have more
I'm
womanly
really
figures
sorry.
than others.
Sorry, but to our
You could be a drag queen.
I don't think I could. I'm pretty butch
Ever
built.
seen Candy Panties?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not her though. Now I'm like more
I know.
like
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
One time she did a baby routine where
She's
she came
funny,
out
though, actually.
around like New Year's, I think, as a baby in a diaper. It
but
was
that's actually drag.
But drag
It's
to me
funny.
is so creative and funny, and it just gets you in that one little way where you're like, wow, I've never thought of this song in that way.
Right.
And it makes
Right.
connections where
And
I'm
they
like,
do little, like,
I'm
it's-
like, that's actually clever and smart.
Do you ever go to Broadway?
Right.
Do you
What
ever?
do you think it is?
What
Who
do
do
you
you think's making all this stuff?
Who do you think's even made up the fucking probably Last Supper, bitch?
Who's doing your hair, bitch?
Who painted the Last
Honestly,
Supper?
I
A
hope
faggot.
it's. Oh no, Leonardo. Yeah.
Oh, when your
all
name's
of these
Leonardo and you paint,
artistes
girl.
from the Renaissance.
Everyone that's creative is gay.
Let's
Sorry.
look at all the statues they made of the male figure. I'm sure it was just admiration.
Well, that was my question. It's
Just
like, so we're not
admiration.
allowed to go now. You're not going to have your
Well, they're
kids go to
like-
museums, okay?
Or watch the Olympics.
So-
Period. Have you seen the gymnasts? Have you seen the swimmers? Have you seen all of the men in the Olympics?
Did you see the
They're
people?
beyond hot.
Wait, so there was one country that was wearing leg short, and
Yeah.
one guy was like, "The homosexuals are causing them to be woken," and I'm like, "The
No.
homosexuals don't care, by the way, sir."
No, we don't.
Like,
I didn't
I
even
don't
like
give
it.
a
They were like,
fuck.
it's semi. It's like it appears
It looks
almost
trash.
transparent.
It's trash.
I was like, but it's not the same color as his skin, so it doesn't really appear transparent to me. It looks
not
like
cute.
an orange, a light orange suit with like a
Lycra.
Speedo part.
I don't know. I just think there's a lot of people that are like, "Oh, that
They're freaking
woke.
out about the drag queens, but trust me, as a little gay boy, I was staring at the bulges in the gymnast leotards.
We're looking at the leotards.
I was
We're
not,
looking at the.
I don't care about the drag queens in terms of sexuality.
Yeah.
The awakening was watching Robin and Batman and Robin. Like,
Oh, Robin
this
was
is not
so. Wait, have we ever talked about that? Like in the one with
where like Poison Ivy's in it.
with Bruce,
Like Uma
or with,
Thurman's in it.
Who's Batman though at that time? It was George Clooney.
Yeah, I think it was. I just remember Robin.
He had like the
black,
red.
red and black.
Yeah. Oh my god, he was so hot.
so fucking hot. And that's the part where I'm like, they just don't get it. They
don't
think
get
that
it.
drag queens are grooming kids. Like
Drag
no,
queens don't want
no
anything
one's
to
becoming
do.
gay because someone's dressed as a woman. We don't like women sexually. So why would we look at a guy dressed as a woman and go, I want to be gay?
First
no,
of all,
it doesn't even make fucking sense.
First of all, most of us don't even come out saying I want to be gay. Most of us are like,
it's like,
God damn
fuck,
it,
I'm bisexual.
fuck, great.
Like, no, I'm just bisexual. Like,
I'm just
literally,
gonna hide
that's how
for
we all
half my
start.
life.
We don't want to be gay.
That's fine. You motherfuckers are just really dumb, and I hate to break it to you. I think Christianity has turned to the absolute worst
I'm sorry.
level.
Christianity's got to go.
Oh, and also, though,
got to go.
Grab her by the pussy.
Right. They're like, Jesus put his hand on President Trump and saved him, so the bullet just grazed his ear. Jesus was there. The flag was in the shape of an angel above his head.
Jesus only shits.
What the fuck? Yeah. Are you on drugs?
Fully.
Like, wake up. Marjorie Taylor Greene is like, this is the shape. Jesus came in the shape of a flag.
How do you know?
What?
First of all, were you there, Marjorie?
Like, the wind blew it on top of itself, and you're like, that's an angel. You guys are delusional.
It's bad.
But
you think drag queens are delusional.
The woke mind virus has gotten into your heads. You guys are seeing Jesus and bullshit everywhere.
You've been the woke mob, bitch.
Honestly,
you've been like, look at Jesus. Hey, we got to live our lives like Jesus.
They're like,
are you living your life like Jesus?
They're trying to turn everything gay. They're trying to make everything gay. I'm like, you're trying to make everything Christian. You're creepy.
Those pedos.
And they're the ones.
And I'm like, wait a second, though.
Who are the ones?
Who's grabbing by the
abusing?
pussy?
Who's the one who has a president who grabs them by the pussy?
Who kisses their daughter like it's their girlfriend?
Oh. Who talks about their daughter's body and how hot they are?
It's rough.
Who has 5 kids by 3 different women and fucked a porn star while his wife was giving birth?
And also the pee scandal.
Let's figure that out. Oh,
we don't even talk about that. Right, like so, but that's not sexualized and that's not inappropriate. But a depiction of a Greek party
at a Greek event, because the modern Olympics are
Greek.
The Olympics were Greek. So they're doing a Greek thing.
Also, I don't know if anybody's ever been. I've never even actually been to France, but I know France is very progressive when it comes to like art and like.
Oh yeah, no.
Like the beginning, they said it was like satanic, and it's really Marie Antoinette with she lost her head or something, right? Like she got her head cut off by King Henry or who was it?
That's Anne Boleyn in England. But
anyway,
no, they actually did behead the king and Marie Antoinette.
Yeah, so like.
The people of France in the Revolution,
right?
They dragged them out.
So it was like a whole thing. So when they did you see the beginning?
The guillotine. No, I did see it.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I didn't watch this shit. Oh my god,
it was so good.
I found out when the fucking Christians were getting all upset later on. I'm like, what are they upset now? What is it now? I mean, you can't keep up with the number of times the Christians are upset.
It's fucking badass. Like, are you kidding?
Les aristocrates, on les pendra.
Oh, wow.
It was a metal band from France. Like,
oh my God.
Like, how cool is that?
Okay, this is so cool.
So you're using your...
that is so metal.
So you're using...
Talking Dead head.
They're paying tribute to their culture, their history.
Oh, wow, this is so cool. And then they brought in Greece because of the Olympics. It's very simple.
Guys.
Like, how do we go from this to that? Well, yeah.
So they're like, it started off satanic and it ended satanic. Now, anyway, that's all I wanted to say about the fucking Olympics.
The United States of America is satanic. The things that we do, the number of people and the number of kids that we kill with bombs and just act like it's nothing. Well, they deserved it because they're brown or they're from that area or they're Muslim or whatever. We are satanic. America is satanic. And you're part of the problem because you're Christian and you believe in Christian nationalism. You are not Christian.
Now, somebody said something and it kind of woke me up a little bit. Basically, if you read all the policies of Republicans and you think to yourself, in 10 years from now, the white people will be the minority because of all the brown people, quote unquote, that are coming in here and all the people who are blending together because everybody can be a family and love each other. Doesn't matter about your fucking skin color or whatever.
Like watch gay couples start families. It's like, okay, so you just adopt.
So now that's why they're so freaked out about the border. Yeah. They're so freaked out about all this stuff
because they don't want to be the minority.
And it's like, listen, that's not how you run a country. That's not how you run a business.
And they're not. And the reason they don't want anyone to be able to get abortions is because they know white people are not having kids as often anymore. So they're freaking out. They're like, the white birth rate is dropping and brown people are coming across the border. Oh,
do they understand?
No.
Is there more brown people in the world than white?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, I'm kind of confused about this whole complex
compared to Europe. Yeah,
this whole complex of like, we're superior. It's like,
no, we're not. Actually, China has over 1 billion.
Right.
India has over 1 billion.
Right.
America has 330 million. We have a third of the population of China, a third of the population of India, Africa, South America. Like, no, it's a joke. Yeah, like, oh, white. It's like, fuck white.
It doesn't even matter.
We've had our time. Like, we've ruined things.
It's not even, but that's the thing. It shouldn't even be, it's about policy. It's about making people happy. It's about living prosperatively.
Yes. Good. No, I've never been concerned about this. Like, well, aren't you worried you might be in the minority? Why? if we had a good country that actually had morals and cared about the minorities, because guess what? We're in a group of minorities and we've realized, no, they don't care.
No.
Then no. That's why you're worried, because you know how you treat minorities now. You see how minorities are treated now, and you're like, I don't want to be a minority.
Right.
Just change the system.
Change the narrative.
It's easy. It's like,
look, when you're a minority, you have a month, okay, to get support behind you, and then after that, it's back to the whites.
Oh my god,
the white straight heteros.
It's only ever certain whites. Yeah,
it's really not all whites, and it's not even. It's just annoying as fuck. So anyway, welcome to the world. Welcome to the Olympics. It started. Do you like the Olympics? Like, are you an Olympic
For me,
girl?
It's something that can be on in the background. I don't give a fuck about it.
Same sis.
Like, I enjoy watching like the beach volleyball, and there's
what is your favorite
that I'm like.
What is your favorite? Like, do you have
Summer Olympic? I like
winter better.
I like winter better.
Hockey.
Well, I like winter better because the skiing. I like skiing, and they're so fast, and it's just like cool things like that. And honestly, curling is funny. It's just like
curling's
hot dads. Like,
they're so hot.
No. So that's why winter is better.
They're like drunk too the whole time. Like,
I know they want me to get into like the gymnast thing. Like, I know the U.S. women's won gold. Great, that's awesome.
That happened
Simone
today.
Biles is back. Yeah, it's going to be on primetime tonight. But obviously,
I didn't know they won.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm not.
New York Time Alert. You don't get those.
No,
okay.
I'm scared of those. I'm scared
of those, and you should be, because they were all terrible.
I don't like to read news anymore.
Yeah.
I really don't even actually go to any news anymore.
That's good.
The most I do is like I go to Yahoo, which is interesting because it's like I don't know where
it's weird.
It's weird.
Yeah,
that's why I like it. I think because
it's like the shitty news.
There's
like,
no
the info's there.
The info's there, but it's like who wrote this?
Who is this from?
Okay.
Like, which data farm in China?
I kind of like it though. Kind of like it.
But yeah, I think so. Like, I'm not that excited about gymnasts. I mean, I like watching the men because they look hot, but the women, why do I
like
see that?
track and field personally. I like, and by that I mean the 100 meter and the 200 meter. That's it.
I don't want to watch them go 12 laps.
No,
around.
I like that. That's the 400 meter. I like that as well. One time.
Okay, I can do one time.
Because like
swimming,
there's a guy that's running right now.
Swimming.
I can't think of his name, but there's a show on Netflix called The Sprinter.
Okay.
It's really good, and it shows Sha'Carri.
Oh yeah,
Richardson.
Sha'Carri Richardson.
So you watch her, but she is something.
She's amazing.
Else.
Remember when she got in trouble for weed?
Yeah, remember when she got in trouble and didn't go to the Olympics last time for weed? Let's put that in perspective.
Remember that.
Do you remember?
That's America.
Do you know what they said? That she's the fastest woman on earth, and that because of her weight and just her size, that technically speaking, she could probably run on water. That's how fast she could.
My God.
I know it's kind of crazy. So is she Jesus?
They're persecuting us.
Oh God, Sha'Carri can run on water. They're just making fun of Jesus. It's like you'd think we were like honoring Jesus. Like, we can't do anything right.
You can't do anything right with these Christians. Yeah.
So
all you
suck
can
a
do
dick
is
and
it's die for them.
Yeah. I need to see.
But you know what? They've been showing a lot of swimming. How do you feel about the swimming? I'm bored.
I'm
it's
actually,
like you're in the water. You can't even see them. They just go up and down, up and down. It's like, okay.
You would think they'd have a new angle. You'd think they'd come up with a different like technique.
A cock view.
Like a cock view. Exactly. That's a good idea for the gays.
Zoom right in.
We want to get some ratings.
Like, honestly,
pay-per-view.
We need the photographers to zoom in.
What if it was like oh my God, what if that's like a new channel we create for the next Olympics is like bulges and you pay pay-per-view for
wrestlers.
And we just all we do is just
some of these wrestlers.
Listen,
I forgot about wrestling. Wrestling is hot.
I love when you can see dick. Sorry. And I said it.
Why not? Don't you think straight guys like when girls don't wear bras and their nipples show through the shirt? Yeah, like they love that. So why aren't you allowed to like
Michael Phelps, but like I mean like you literally see everything.
That.
Like it's balls up, dick up. Like and it's a nice little like it's nice.
It's nice.
It's cute.
Oh, it's very nice.
So
Olympics.
So yeah, you're concerned about the Last Supper, we're concerned about the cocks and the Speedos.
Who's having more fun?
Who's having more fun now?
You're whining and crying
Who's
and bitching and moaning,
now?
and we're just like having the time of our lives.
So speaking of that, I did need to bring this up.
Okay. Oh no.
Yeah.
I knew something was up.
Well, you're gonna be like, are you fucking kidding me? You are.
And are you?
You're gonna be like, why? Hold on. TheSpun.com reports a restaurant group refusing to show the Olympics after opening ceremonies. Get ready.
I can't.
On Tuesday, get ready, the restaurant group of Town Hall, Rebel, Mandrake, and Green Goat announced that their restaurants will no longer be broadcasting the Olympic Games in protest of how the portrayal of the Last Supper was handled and an irresponsible level of irreverence insulting the Christian faith.
Yeah, I've never gone to Town Hall for this.
Now,
they hosted fundraisers for Donald Trump.
Yeah, this is
in 2016 and 2020. Why do we think that this is a good place? Like,
right.
The people who go there, when you walk by, Look at the crowd.
Oh my God, there's almost.
They're all the people who
666
bullied
comments.
you. Let me see.
There's 656. We need 666 and then pause it.
What are they saying?
Yeah, I don't know. Read them. Read some. Are people like bitching them out? Or they're like, "Good job, Donald Trump for president."
You're really reaching here and ignoring the truth. And even if it was depiction of Last Supper,
Who cares? It's like honoring the Last Supper. Why would you be so? Do you know what I mean?
how are you this late and still have the information wrong?
Oh, that's good. I love snarky bitches.
Someone put too much church wine in their bone broth. Imagine protesting a 16-day international sports event because you didn't like 30 seconds of the opening ceremony. Get a grip.
Right. They call us snowflakes. I mean,
And they're like, well, that's a fail on the PR marketing team. Multiple days late, incorrect information, not supporting the U.S. athletes because of a 30-second intro.
from a French opening, too, if you really want to look at it.
I mean, how dumb are they? That's what I'm wondering. Like, are they this dumb?
I mean, this is the same town hall that had like shootings, right? Or something.
Oh, this is the same town hall and this group. What do you mean?
I don't know. Wasn't there a shooting there or something?
No, they're just a mess. They're just Republican, like right wing.
So what happened to the Short North? Oh, money. That's why, because they rob everybody of money and they bought out
Yeah.
the Short North, basically.
Right.
Because look at Union, look at all.
Axis, they're all going the same way. They're all Standard Hall is spreading. It's all the same people, all the same bullshit. These are not good people. They've ruined the neighborhood.
Oh my God, they're going to actually lose business.
They're going to lose a lot. Everyone's
Also, yeah, you're in like a really progressive neighborhood. Like,
well,
how
right.
dumb are
That's
you?
the part where it's like, okay.
It was not the Last Supper. People are pissed. Let's listen to our voicemail.
Cutie patootie beauty.
We haven't heard from him forever.
This is status. I'm just joking. Fuck that. Guys, have you ever had a horrible hookup? Like, you go meet somebody and you can't get it up, or their house smells like
Cats. Yep.
Oh, the
or,
cats,
like,
yeah.
they're too rough with your shit. Because that just happened to me. Yikes. How do you deal with it? How do you feel? What the fuck do you do?
No.
Okay, Thatcher. I'm glad you're still alive. I was worried.
Yeah, you were- That's a good question because there's different angles you can take. And I think it just depends on the situation.
I'm trying to remember a specific because I've had several.
I've
so
had
I'm like,
several, too, where it's
all
like-
the details are blending, and I'm like, oh, I remember the
Or
one.
you're like,
I remember
oh.
the one. Yeah. I had one where the guy was just so clearly too drunk.
Oh,
and,
yep, I had that too.
you know, he's hard in the beginning, and then he's just like, not quite falling asleep, but like laying back, and I'm like,
Like, am I supposed to?
why are your eyes closed for so long while we're kissing? And then I'm like pulling away and looking. He still has the eyes closed. I'm like, wake up. And then he's like, I'm fine. I'm like, nope.
No.
If you can't give consent, like, I'm leaving. I'm done.
That's a good point.
That's how I feel. I'm like, I'm not waking up in the morning and then you're like, did we hook up? I didn't know. Or like something like that. Like, I'm not playing that game. So I'm out. Like, if I think at all that you're too, I'm like, bye. Okay, you're too drunk. And I tell people now that in the beginning before I even get to the point of being at home. This was like 10 years ago. But now I'm just like, if I'm out at a club or something, you want to go somewhere, I'm like, no, I'm good.
No.
Like when we were at the Eagle,
Yep.
there was that dentist who wanted to go back to his place
Yes,
at
no.
2:30 in the morning.
It's like, what good is that going to do?
He already told me he was on ketamine, coke,
Oh, this is
weed,
news.
and alcohol. And I
Breaking
looked at
news.
you and I'm like, you're on all four of those things? Is that why you're like,
the future dentist of the United States?
oh yeah, he's gonna love the laughing gas? Like
He's like,
yeah.
And he was younger. I almost said he was a kid, but he wasn't. He was like 25.
No, yeah, to be in dental school at that age, like he's
26,
yeah,
yeah.
he's old enough to be an adult. So I just was like, I don't think we're in the right state for that. The mindset.
Yeah, and it's
he
really
was-
hard to
And then
tell
he was
these
mad and
people.
left.
Right, because they get mad. They're like, fuck you.
I'm like,
and I'm like,
you don't need to get mad because you're blacked out.
I had a guy show up. He was a Craigslist Confidential. He was not what he looked like in the pictures at all. Like, at all. And he was at my front door. And I was like, sorry, my roommate's going to be coming home. So I made it a lie. A quick on the fly lie. I was like, my
Good,
roommate's
that's
on the way
good.
back. I can't be caught. I acted like I was still in the closet.
I
I
like
wasn't at
that.
that point. But and
he was like,
no, it'll be quick. It'll be quick. And I'm like, no, we're good. Bye. It is so awkward when you have an ugly come in.
I know.
And by that I mean ugly doesn't mean.
Can you
it's
imagine
to
having the
you.
confidence of an ugly?
I mean,
Who's like lying with a picture, but then showing up anyways.
This is what I question.
that's that to me. I'm like,
that's the point.
do you have any friends? Because like they would check you on that. They would say you can't do that.
How are you so bold
Yeah.
that you're going to show up
But you're that
like this, even though you looked like this? And you probably
In a
sent me a
picture.
picture from like
Maybe 10, 15.
Also, that's the other thing. Listen, none of y'all look like your pictures. I don't look like my pictures, okay?
You do.
I think I do too, actually. I don't know why I'm
Yeah, I
saying
do
that.
too.
A lot of people, though, you got to go past a couple pictures. Like, it's bad. You don't look like that in real life.
There's a certain 8-incher that I constantly send you photos
Oh,
of
God,
to remind
he is
us.
fucking
both.
horrifying.
Yeah, right. And that's what I'm saying.
I mean, he is
you have
horrifying.
Some pictures, though. Some pictures.
On the side when his face is turned
just
the other way.
of the ass or the dick.
He's got a great
and the
ass,
body,
great dick, great body. I don't know why he
but
started showing his
then
face.
The Bob's Burgers comes out.
It's full Bob's Burgers. It gives
And
me...
it's like that online. It's like you have to just go through some pictures and be like, oh.
And the thing is, we wouldn't mind if you look like Bob's Burgers, but it's the fact that you walk around like you're king shit that I have a problem with. Just like your little friend with the weird nipples pointing down.
Oh, I know. What's up?
I don't know.
Oh.
He's working out
And
so much.
the giant glasses that have to hide the forehead
Girl,
and face.
girl,
Like the
you
eyes
aren't
and the
making-
forehead. We know what's going on there.
It gives me like, yeah.
And that's fine.
We don't care. That's
We
the thing.
don't care about that.
It's how you're
It's
presenting
when
yourself, and you
yeah.
walk in like, oh, I'm the bat. Listen,
You're not.
You're not.
You're not. That's okay. You're not, though.
And you're young, and you'll get there.
I'm not saying being single is a bad thing, but
But look, it looks good on you.
looks good on you, I bet.
Seems like it.
Hopefully you're having fun. Okay.
So, yeah.
I have some topics.
Cool. So do I.
Oh, my. Let's get into
Let's
them.
get into them. Let's get into it. Okay. Oh no.
I don't know when we used this phrase.
I
but
hope it's. Go ahead.
What?
Because I have something written down that we both talked about. I'm wondering if this is going to be it.
We talked about traditional Uggs, and I want to know what that means.
Okay. Okay.
You mentioned traditional
mine will definitely.
Uggs. Okay.
Mine will definitely play off of this in a little bit.
What is traditional Ugg? What is a traditional Ugg?
So you're the one that actually said the comment. You said, "Well, he's not like a traditional Ugg," and I'm like, "A traditional Ugg." I'm like, write it down. But also, a traditional Ugg
You
is
knew.
your run of the mill. And the thing is, we talk about uglies on here like we're so hot. Listen, we could be in a traditional Ugg.
Look at us.
Look at us. We're traditional
these
Uggs.
bags.
Yeah, like a traditional Ugg is like
I'm bald. Like,
they're gonna
what do you
get,
think?
They're gonna get by.
Yeah.
They're not ugly. They're not cute. They're just traditionally ugly.
Right. I like that.
They're not like anything special. Actually, that's really.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you're just like, well, okay, you'll do. I mean, you're fine.
It's
you have
like
a nice,
if you go to Kings Island or a theme park, most of the people are traditional Uggs.
It's kind of like a campground.
There's
that we're both at.
horrifying ones, but then there's like,
Okay.
it's just like, no.
Now, there is something
like, at least they
missing.
have good hygiene, but like, they're
But do
not
they?
cute. Well, I don't know. I guess
I
you
think
can't.
Kings Island. I think of like
Kings
swampy
Island.
ass.
Kings
Like
Island is bad.
I think of like wet.
the last time I
clothes.
went, I looked at Matt. I'm like,
No.
I don't really think we need to come here.
Isn't that
again.
such a sad-
He had a season pass for a while, and I was like, I don't need to go here very often, if ever again. If ever again.
It's a different breed when you go to the
It's
fair
like-
and go to the.
I almost went to the fair last week, and I really did not. I was like, no, I
Colleen's
can't.
there with her granddaughter seeing Ice Cube tonight.
Ice Cube, that
Yeah,
rapper
like-
from the 90s? What is... He's alive?
Oh yeah,
and he's
an actor.
performing at the
the
fair.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And that's where,
And that's what
when you know your
happens.
and that's
Your career really
a
took
lot of
off.
people do the fair, and it's like
Oh, it's so
like Boys to Men is there like
You know what that's this equivalent to is like when a comedian has to do a cruise run. Like there's
Yeah.
comedians where like they kind of made it. They haven't quite gotten their own special on Netflix yet, but they're kind of
Right.
making it. They're getting better. And then they get booked to do like cruises and they just have to do comedy show
lesbian
after
cruise,
comedy
you're like-
show on cruises in the Caribbean nonstop. They live on a cruise ship and go round and round for like 3 months.
no, I see people like Margaret Cho doing that.
Yeah.
even though she's
Right.
funny as fuck,
She
like,
is, but like she's
a,
at that point.
she's a traditional Ugg.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, she's actually
But she was in Fire Island, right?
yeah, she's making a comeback a little
That
bit.
was cute.
Traditional Ugg though, you know what they are.
Yeah.
most of us are traditional Uggs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So we were talking though, and you said something like, we were talking about something. You're like, but he's not a traditional Ugg, meaning either he was ugly or hotter. I don't know what that meant. But then we just thought about the word traditional Ugg.
Yeah.
So we also then decided to talk about something else, and I think I'm going to read it.
Go ahead.
It kind of brings me into this. Oh no, maybe you weren't there.
I don't remember.
Oh no, you weren't there. Okay, people when they take off sunglasses are never as hot as you imagine.
Right. Well, that's what we just talked about. Forehead and downward nipples. He always has these giant sunglasses to hide everything.
It's so interesting to me though how your brain you can be like, God damn, that person's hot, and then they
you're
take off their
like-
glasses and you're like, whoa.
Oh, those eyes are really close together.
But how is that such a big difference? Like sunglasses do a lot of people wonders. You go from traditional Ugg to hot.
You can be hot with like a good pair of old Wayfarers or like I've seen.
Oh, she's so. Oh, she's a brat. It won't even show up.
I forgot.
It's not, you're gonna be like
the green screen.
You're gonna be like all. Yeah, it's gonna be like no fingernails.
That's gonna look good.
So
okay, so sunglasses.
But I was realizing
who was it?
It was some neighbor girl. She's rich, but like that's the kind that I'm actually the people that I'm actually talking about too are like usually richer. They
right. They have the money, but
so they have the money, so they're wearing their like hot Prada, whatever.
Anything else?
And then they take off the glasses.
They don't have mental stability.
And I'm like,
yeah. Oh, that's how we.
That's what we look. And
this is how they fall into filler and Botox and.
But that's exactly
shapers.
what it is, like, though. It's like
they fall into this trap of like I'm gonna be prettier.
But
it's like,
sometimes I wonder if
prettier.
they can't fix the eye section, so they just put their sunglasses on and then they tell their doctor like fill me wherever the glasses aren't,
and then everything else is puffy.
But then it's like they take off their glasses and you're like, I have to put back on my glasses sometimes so I can like look at people appropriately.
Where you're like, I do
put
that.
these on.
I have to have sunglasses on.
My
like
eyes
at a pool or anywhere. I have to be like, wouldn't have worn that suit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
like when the women give me eyes, like the Grandview moms give me eyes for my Speedo, and I'm like,
you're like, girl,
honey, do you see what your cellulite right now? It looks like a bowl of cottage cheese on that one thigh, and you're looking at me and my Speedo.
Again, we do a lot of like. We do a lot of spitfire things at people for their looks, but it's also because of how they treat us.
Like it's coming at me.
So
all
we're
the
just
time.
kind of spitting back the venom.
Just giving it back. Grandview Pool, it's like all the moms. I'm like, you guys look hideous, and then you're gonna look at me,
and then you're yelling at your kids. You get your minivan.
Hey, I told you I'm coming. I was like, oh.
Now, what kind of parent would you be? Do you think though? Just like while we're at it, if we were at a Grandview Pool.
Oh, me?
Yeah, like would you be like?
Oh, very laid back.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Just go do what you want.
I'm that. I'm be like, come here now.
The less involved I am, the better. But I have firm expectations of how you're going to act.
So you already set the tone.
So you have to be responsible all the time.
You don't fuck around. The minute you fuck around, we're leaving.
How do you think Matt feels? Like when he disappoints me, he knows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know when
he knows immediately. Like, oh wow, like I fucked up on that, and that's how the kids would feel. I'd be like, you can do what you want, and I'm not going to have a tight rein on you and be like, you got to be here by then and do this, and you have to eat that thing and. But
you better follow the goddamn rules.
But when it comes to the basics, you got to follow. You got to be responsible. I'm just going to say, you don't have to be an adult or act like an adult. You can be a kid. Responsible.
Now, that also made me think of something. I'm also listening to a new book.
Oh, honey.
Called The Laws of Human Nature.
She's a reader.
Well, I'm a listener, remember?
Yeah.
It's 24 hours long. I'm on hour 16.
Oh, so you love it.
Yeah, so I just listen to it all the time in the car.
Is it, you only listen to self-help books? I feel like this is a problem.
Yeah, I don't like fiction.
Yeah.
I don't like it because I want to be able to see.
So you listen to the book. Okay.
No, I listen to the book because I think in the background it's good to have, and you kind of pick up points here and there, and it's just like, it's almost like having a podcast on. So a lot of us have we disappear from who we actually really are. And this is pretty obvious, but like we live at so there's a lot of people who are like angry or anxious or depressed or this, that, and the other because we are molded into what we are. We are told we are going to be here at this time. We're going to do this at this time. We're going to wear these kind of clothes. We're not going to talk like this. We're going to believe in this. We're going to act like this. And so our inner child is gone. Our child is gone. Like when we were kids, you would look at things and the world was everything for you. Yeah. You could find a new thing every other fucking day.
That's me every day. If you see something, you respond to it. You know what you like, you do it. You avoid things you don't like. Don't make you feel comfortable. You interact with the world. Yep. You're just like, there's a whole different mindset.
But it's kind of amazing because that in turn of us like being a certain person in a certain way makes us actually really
Bobby,
angry.
You can't be like that.
Angry and envious inside.
Don't do that.
It's gross. Like it's really weird. I'm learning about body language and like certain like it's called micro.
You always love these eye movements and the triangle.
I'm watching everybody.
Micro things or something.
I'm watching. Yeah, there's certain things that you're going to do that there's a guy that had polio.
I can't. Just remember, this is one book. Like, I don't know if it's the expert opinion on body language, but
no, but he was like, he got polio and he was going to die or something, but then he ended up living
in the iron lung.
No, that's what I don't understand how he lived. Maybe
he found a cure.
I don't know what happened. Can it just go away?
Not really. I mean, you can clear it, but you might have effects from it. That's why people
I don't know if he was like
can't walk well.
Oh no, so he couldn't walk for a while and stuff like he could like okay.
But some people get affected worse than
so he was gonna he thought he was gonna die. Like he heard the doctor saying he's gonna die. He was laying there. He went into a coma. He came back out. He couldn't move anything but his eyes for a long time.
Yeah.
So he watched his sisters interact and what they would do, and he was like, "This is how he passed his time," because he couldn't speak, he couldn't tell them. So he would just watch how one would react to the other and how they would look at him while he was sick and stuff, and like how it's like a different. So he was like registering all these. I don't know if he had like superpowers because at that point his other senses weren't really firing. So maybe his sight was like
the
really,
machine was broken.
So he comes out of it. Eventually, he he gets better. I guess he passed polio. I don't really.
Shit.
So then he goes into the psychology field and he goes into specific body language. And he apparently, and this is, I mean, apparently when a woman sits like this, with her legs like this, just like this, and they're kind of like this, and they're in an interview kind of situation.
This is how the royal family sits. The women sit like this with their legs crossed at the bottom.
Well, they're having an affair.
They're all having an affair.
He literally says, if a married woman comes in, I'm telling you, and
from a perspective of if you're going to a therapist.
If you come into a therapist.
I was like, a lot of people sit like that. Well, and they're not having affairs.
If you're coming in for a problem, like you're like, okay. Like, yeah, I'm really depressed. I don't know what's going on. And they sit a certain way, they lean a certain way, they do something. He can go, well, it's because you're having an affair. And the girl's like, how do you, like, and it's interesting in this book. Now, is it real? I don't know. Okay. I don't know how real
You'll
this is.
You'll have to have an affair and see if you do it.
But I think it is interesting because there are different things that people do with their faces, their hands, their mouths, everything about it is like very...
But I just have to caution you that you do tend to be like, that's gaslighting! So if you see something that you're like, in the book that said that means...
No.
Just be careful.
No, I'm just like, I'm really just trying to understand my thought process and how I want to go into my 40s with a clear heart, a clear mind. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like, I don't want to give a fuck anymore, and I don't want to. Like, I really don't want to judge people, even though they judge me. So I'm really like, I'm gonna start fat shaming people soon. Just to be honest. Like,
not?
Fuck them. Like,
you got fat shamed
that's
your whole life.
My whole life.
Pay it back.
Payback's a bitch. Okay. And you little faggots.
If you don't want to be fat, just lose weight.
Just
like,
get
it's
on
not that hard.
And pay like so much money.
I don't fucking get it anymore.
Yeah, it's if you're rich, you can get on Ozempic, but if not,
I know. And then there's all and here's all the excuses. And
I'm in debt, bitch.
All right,
I'm not rich.
Then
I'm in
starve
debt.
yourself.
It's called debt. It's called debt.
Yeah, it's called.
It's called I don't eat.
Yeah, which
so I save money.
It's medicated starvation. It works.
It really is.
Yeah.
Like, I'm full now.
But this should make people realize when they're like, it's not just calories in, calories out. It's hormones and I've got the blah, 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 blah. Like, no, it really is just how many fucking calories are you putting in your mouth, fatso?
Okay,
That's
now,
what it is.
But also, I will say, this is maybe a POS kind of situation.
I know. I'm just kidding.
No, I know. But, like, also, I think there really is a mental problem. I really fucking do. Like, I feel
there
like...
obviously is a mental problem. These people are mentally ill.
Right, like
the super obese are ill.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, so when you're in this, like when I'm gaining weight and gaining weight, I don't even know I'm doing it, and you're just kind of in the zone.
Mechanism.
It is. It's
you
coping.
Just eat to cope. You're like, my life is hard. I'm stressed. Instead of smoking or drinking alcohol, you eat. You're like, this is my thing. I'm going to eat. I'm going to have another one. I'm going to have another of that. I'm still hungry. Oh, because it's instant gratification. Like, you feel hungry and you eat, you feel good right away. Trust me, I can overeat. I probably was a binge eater, but...
You kind of do. I think you have also a food disorder.
Who knows? I don't care if I do.
No, and it's just
fine.
like narcissists. Like you can't help your certain traits, but like you said, the facts are
if you don't
calories
eat,
in, calories out,
you will lose weight.
So if this Ozempic is causing
so what
you to
I did
feel
was
full,
I started exercising more.
Right, you actually.
So I go to the gym 5 to 6 days a week because
really
I want to be able to eat what I eat.
Obnoxious.
Why?
Because you're like, is there a gym at camp? I'm like, go fucking suck.
Well, because I can't go Thursday because we have to leave right away. So then that's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
So go run or something.
No, I'm going to be fine. I'm not
do
like
push-ups.
that. No, I can. I know I can. There's going to be things I can do. I can go on a hike.
Go lift wood. You could go on a hike.
I don't really want to go on a hike. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to relax. It's a vacation.
Look at all these.
I don't do this on vacation. I don't need to go to the gym.
No, and it's like such a perfect because there's nothing really to do. So you're just like literally, it's like my heaven.
Let's go to the pool.
It's kind of like my heaven. Let's take a nap.
Now, I did have something else to bring up.
Okay.
I watch a lot of videos on YouTube, and I do watch a lot of travel videos on YouTube because I like to watch what it's like to be at Tokyo Disney.
Japanese, yep. Not
just Tokyo Disney. Now I've gotten into cruise ship reviews. And I have a few couples, and there's this one really hot guy. I'm going to try to find.
So you don't watch for the cruises, you watch for the guy.
Well,
yeah, it's true.
No,
we've all been there.
No, most of the videos I watch, they're not hot. They're like weird couples. Like there's
So
a
you're
weird
looking
gay
at,
couple.
like, are you
I just like to look at the room and imagine
Like, do you wanna
what
go
the
on a
restaurant
cruise?
is. No, I actually don't really think I do.
I've never been on one.
I've never been on a cruise.
So maybe that's the next thing we got to do.
We should do it because they're horrifying to me.
We got to go on a cruise.
Can you imagine being stuck with all these people you don't like?
Either we'll love it or hate it, but I think it's something we can experience, just like camping.
Honestly, we should probably just
start
go
doing
do
that
it.
for. That's what we
should
should
do.
start doing.
Uncomfortable things from here on out.
Yeah, like everything's got to be uncomfortable.
I'm trying to find these cruise ship videos, and of course I can't
because
it's okay. But anyways, this hot guy who I'm trying to find to show you, he went on without his girlfriend. He went on with his friend whose birthday it was, a cruise, a Virgin Atlantic cruise, just for
we do like Virgin.
adults only.
Yeah, we're not going to a kid one, and I'm
it
not
wasn't
going to,
a gay one, but it was like a straight.
It needs
one.
to be. I'm not going to
couples
lie.
only.
It's going to have a little bit of money behind it.
Well, and this is where I was wondering is like, I wrote down, what if we went on like a Virgin Atlantic straight adults only cruise, and we got to see so many hot guys who were just like, hey, what's up? And like, oh, you're just having fun, and blah, blah, blah. We love hot straight guys.
We do like hot straight guys.
So what are you worried about?
I don't know.
You find like a nice girl who like likes gays too, and then you get to explore with the guy.
Hopefully. That's the whole point.
We already do this all the time in our daily life, so I don't know why it wouldn't be fun for you.
No, it would be.
Oh, okay.
No,
I was
no,
like, bitch.
No, it would be. My fear is seasickness.
Oh, you're worried about seasickness on a big boat?
Yeah, because you can feel it.
I love the feeling of being on the sea. I sleep so well.
You have sea legs, honey.
I love sleeping on a boat. I sleep better. It's like, and then I get off, and for like a day or two, I'm like,
No, see, that bothers the fuck out of me.
I get in bed, and it's just like, yes.
That doesn't bother you?
Why do you think a baby falls asleep when you rock them?
I know, but I feel like
you are
it's
meant
my
to be
equilibrium's
rocked.
off.
No,
Like,
you're meant to be rocked by
rock my
it's
world, daddy.
Pachamama, the sea, the mother sea.
Oh,
I did water
That's true,
therapy.
yeah,
When I
that's
did water
true,
therapy in
that's true.
Tulum, I'm telling you, I feel different now.
you've been different since Tulum, actually.
It is, yeah, that's true. It's
Kinda
very
have.
weird.
And all I think about is you wiping your ass and putting it in the trash can. That's all I can think of when I think of Tulum with you.
What you don't think of is, did I go to the bathroom and immediately go to my outside shower?
Oh, right. I didn't think of that part.
Which is what you did in New York City the whole time.
Oh, God.
So eventually we'll go on a cruise. But
yeah.
honestly, it would be even funnier
But
if just you and I went onto the gay cruise where there's like fucking on the dance floor.
Like, we should just
It
like...
would be so funny if we were just
It's like, I don't... There's like cocaine and ketamine
right,
everywhere.
and we're like, we don't do that. We don't do that.
Do you see this anxiety already?
Yeah,
Like, I can't do
I
that.
could never do... not only from the high blood pressure, but like from an anxiety standpoint, cocaine would not be my
No,
friend.
I did hear about cocaine, though, being...
It's popular again.
Well, it is popular. And
No, it's like...
but
it's
it like,
brat,
makes
honey,
you like...
it's brat.
It makes you want to like talk and be social and be active.
and have sex.
Oh, I didn't know that was a bonus.
Might not be able to come, but you want to have sex. You already have that trouble,
Listen,
right?
there is nothing worse.
Could I just get a button installed on the inner part of my wrist where I push it and I come? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like why do I
you
have
know
to
what I mean?
work?
I just no. Also, because when you're with someone and you're like, I guess it's time to
done.
come. Like,
Actually, what I would rather is that I would rather have their button and I just be like, "Yep, you're done."
oh, I don't need a button.
I don't either, but a lot of
Right.
times people.
So-
well,
I'm like, we don't. Both of us do not need a button.
this is what I get.
Let me tell
I
you.
get this I get fighting like because I'm trying to
Oh.
finish. Just let us get you
It's
off.
so easy. He loves it. I love it.
Now, what do straight people do? Do they give each other hand jobs or like? Do girls give? Do you ladies give your boyfriends just like a hand job every once in a while? I love hand jobs.
The problem with always having a nice, warm, wet pocket is that I think the man
just
expects
easily.
almost every
It's just
time
easy.
to just fuck the
It's just
pussy.
easy.
And then as a bonus, they're like, I got a blowjob for my birthday.
I don't even know
I'm
why
like,
that's
for
that
your
great.
birthday, that's like the only thing I do. Like,
No
I don't,
offense.
what do you
I know,
mean your
like,
birthday?
I'm all hands and mouth.
It's only hands and mouth. Like,
Hands and mouths, baby.
what?
Yeah,
I don't get that.
That's
The straight girls are always like, I gave him a special treat. And I'm like, it was a blowjob. That's not really a treat. That
Now-
should be your day to day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Or-
don't know. I don't understand straight. Once
honestly-
again, I'm done with straight people. I
No,
don't
we
want
just really got to get you guys.
I
into
have to
rehab.
get out of it. Yeah, like they need help. Straight people need help.
You guys need to get fucked.
And you know who's complaining about the Olympic ceremony? It's all straight people. They overlap. The crazy Christians, the straight
Mm-hmm.
people. It's the same group. You won't find us doing this shit.
We don't give a fuck. Look at us.
We're having a blast.
We're having a blast.
I'm gonna be honest. We're having a lot more fun than you.
Like a lot more.
It's so embarrassing.
It's-
Actually, I hate telling stories. They're
do
like, "What do you do
too.
on
I
the
do
weekend?"
too.
I tell them, and they all just stare at me like,
They're
"Oh
like,
my god,
wow.
you went out to dinner and then went to a bar?"
I'm like, yeah.
It's like, that's called
wait, you didn't plan it? I'm like, no. I
like
just
no. We
randomly
texted
went.
friends and met up. We just met up.
And
oh, you didn't have to get a babysitter, call your mom, and then make sure that you had a way home. I'm like, yeah, we have Uber.
I mean, God bless the breeders.
I'm sorry you live 45 minutes away.
But don't ask questions. You know why you can't. You know why you can't do this because you have a kid. So
like,
it's like,
God, that would be so fun. I'm like,
you're like gaslighting me to think that my life sucks, but really, you're just jealous and envious.
I had a straight person at work who has like younger kids be like, I was like, oh, I haven't been on a vacation in months. And he's like, when? I was like, first week of May. I was like, that's all of June, all of July, all of August, no vacations. Well, we went, but then we went to New York City, and I didn't tell him that. But I meant like a week-long vacation.
Right, no, like a
legit week off.
Yeah.
And he's like, I haven't been on a vacation in over a year. I was like,
we are pretty.
Well, you made the bad choice.
I get really funny memes that pop up on Instagram. They're like my friends, and they're showing like people like doing, or like me on my way to my next trip that I can't afford.
Yes.
And it's like,
oh,
honestly, live your life because you're gonna die, and you might as well just like put it on the credit card. And I said that last week.
Every time I talk to my financial advisor, I'm like, why do I want to retire at 60?
Yeah,
what am I going to do
now.
at 60? Like, oh, I'm suddenly going to want to backpack around Europe at 60.
Right.
I'm going to want to take an 18-hour flight to Australia at 60.
That's why.
I'm going to want to be on my couch at 60. I'm going to be fucking
60,
old.
60, we're going to be ready for bed.
Like, literally at 7 p.m.
Forever.
This is what I just don't.
Forever bed.
Like, so honestly, no, I'm not planning on retiring. I'm
ready to go.
I'm not planning on saving money.
I really feel like whatever happens to the election, I feel like it's going to determine my direction.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever happens in the election will determine my direction.
Get out and vote, 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 go vote.
I have to say something about something I witnessed, and it goes right back to the straights.
Okay.
Well, parents, Kids Bop. Now, I heard a version of WAP that was a Kids Bop version.
Like what?
And the kids knew it and were dancing to it. I'm sitting there thinking, like, oh yeah, the kids knew and I'm like rapping it, but it's Kid Bop, so they would just switch out like, I want a popsicle, I want a.
But we're the groomers,
right? And so
they're teaching them the WAP song.
We wouldn't care if we weren't pointed out.
Oh no, I wouldn't care at all. If
but the fact that you guys play this and laugh, oh, he's a tit guy, he's a tit boy,
right.
or whatever. Oh, he loves his mama's tit.
Ladies boy. Ladies boy, he's 3.
Also, like,
it's so creepy.
And another thing, like, oh god, this is borderline sundry. So this is gonna be the opening to the sundries.
Okay, let's get into sundries.
So my first opening sundry is this, and I might be going to hell. I don't really give a fuck that you're pregnant, or I don't give a fuck that you're announcing it.
Nope.
And so for you to get up in front of everybody and say, well, this is this and this is that, and we're having twins, and everybody cheers, but I'm sitting here thinking, you're just locking yourself in for another 18 goddamn years.
Oh, yeah, no, it's
with
like,
2. So you're going to be poor.
Oh, beyond poor.
It's just like,
you can't afford 1 kid these days, 2 at once.
So
and like, do you realize every time you need to go somewhere, you need a babysitter for 2 kids?
I think being a parent is really a big thing, and it's actually kind of like a bold thing. But don't knock people who don't do it. And that's the problem that's happening now.
And that's what JD Vance is calling childless people, like, pathetic.
Well, he
and
fucks couches apparently, but then apparently it's a lie. But like, I don't know.
He looks like a couch fucker.
He looks like a couch fucker regardless.
Does he look like someone who fucks a couch? Yes. So like,
he
who cares?
actually looks like a queer.
I know. He looks like a racist Care Bear gay
Honey,
boy.
You went to college in Columbus, okay? In his book.
Ohio, he's not from Appalachia.
Right. His hillbilly elegy or whatever. He went to fucking.
It's all a lie.
He went to Ohio State.
Golf lessons. Like, he literally
this girl
was
right here
rich.
wants to act like she. The best part was when
all the real hillbillies are like, he's not one of us. Like, he's
not a hillbilly.
He's not from here.
He's a dick sucker, and here's why: because one day you're like, I hate Donald Trump, and you were going to be like the next good Republican.
He called him Hitler.
Hi.
He said Donald Trump was Hitler,
and now you're sucking his dick, and it just makes sense.
Yeah,
fully, just like Netflix is sucking your dick by getting that movie on their show. Well, his book is on there.
I know, but the funny thing is, someone at work who didn't even know much about him somehow was like, oh, that guy, I tried to watch that movie about him. It was really bad, and I only watched about the first quarter.
My mom was trying to watch it, and she was like, I'm not really. I'm like, oh.
It's like, and that makes sense because it's a made-up book. It's a lie. Like the whole book is a lie. The whole book's a lie.
His whole life is a lie.
His whole life is a lie, yeah.
Look at you. Look at your...
And then he's starting to defend his wife because all these, like, Nazis are coming after him, being like, you're married to a brown woman. He's like, no, I realize she's not white, but I love my wife. And it's like,
oh, and also your trans friend.
What?
Your trans friend
I
that
saw
you wrote
those
back and
emails.
forth.
I saw all that.
Weird. All of a sudden now you don't like trans people.
All of a sudden you don't have a trans
and now
friend.
your black wife or brown or whatever the fuck she is.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden it's a problem.
Huh.
Interesting. Why don't
Okay,
you go write a
JD.
book about that? You
Okay,
hillbilly
JD.
ass couch fucking motherfucker. Now you ready for my real sundry?
Yes.
And then do you wanna go
roll
first
into
then?
it? No, because I need to think about one.
Okay, so today I was at the gas station, and I just want to say I really appreciate a good gas station worker. I'm not trying to shit on them. I'm not trying to. Here's the thing that I don't want to do when I go in the gas station is talk. And
Right.
I don't want to walk in and you go, first of all, I hear you talking to all the other fucking people, like chit-chatting away. Oh, we
yeah.
got new technology and it still doesn't work fast enough. So I go in and I hear, hello?
I was like, yeah.
I said, hey. I'm like, oh, fuck. So I'm next in line. I'm standing there, and we start talking, though. And it's like, he's like, man, these brand new things, man. Da-da-da. And then at the end, he has to say, God bless. And then he yells, hey, to the next person. And I'm like,
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
like, I'm just wondering at what point, like, I mean, I don't want to talk to you just because I'm getting a Coke Zero at the gas station.
No, I don't at all.
I'm not saying I won't say hello. I'm not
No, if
saying
you
I
say
won't
hi,
be
I'll be like, hi,
inappropriate.
how's it going?
I
Good,
would say
thanks.
it immediately. I'd walk up and go, hey, how are you doing today? Good. It's
That's
like
all we
that
have to do.
awkward, like almost
Trying to become friends.
It's almost like you just got out of prison and now you've like learned how to be nice.
And I'm not trying to shit on them, but
but it probably is the truth.
no, a lot of them, they can't get jobs a lot of places.
Or like,
The felons, once you have a criminal record, it is
well, you could be president.
right. You can be a
So-
felon and be a president, but you can't get job most places,
Yeah,
which is like,
It's like, let me think.
That's
the person
America.
that can run the whole entire, who has the nuclear codes, can
felon,
a felon can do this, but
convicted
But you
felon.
can't work on a fucking conveyor belt.
Right.
Like-
Oh, literally.
Cool.
You can't work at Amazon putting packages around.
Right.
Like,
It
I
makes
don't
zero
understand.
sense. But yeah, I just noticed that, and I feel like I'm always a target.
yeah.
I do feel like I'm always a target.
You look friendly, like the BFG.
And I am friendly. It's just some days I just don't tell me God bless me. Don't I hate that too. Like, don't be over dramatic. Just say hello, how are you? Good, how are you? Great.
This is a tag along sundry, but not my real
Do it.
sundry. But like the
Tag
phrasing
baby.
tag baby, but like another blessed day and like be blessed and all these things. I'm like, actually, I don't want to participate in your made up bullshit. Like, I don't actually want to be blessed. Because I don't believe in it. Now, I believe in blessings in a different sense, but
Sure.
if I explain it to you, you're going to say I'm satanic. So, like, I'm not going to
What?
tell you
Oh,
how I
really?
feel. Oh, yeah. I feel like that is just, I feel like the good people in those groups are using those words to describe things that we do all kind of wonder about, think about, and feel.
Sure.
But they've started to narrow them down to mean very specific things in a system that is fully just made up. It's like, okay, but you guys created those rules that then say that this means this and that means and that excludes all these things. They're exclusionary definitions. Where
and
my
King
definition is
James
not
grabbed the book
exclusionary.
and changed
yeah.
it and
Like, I think, yeah, you might feel an energy of the universe. You might think God's out there or something is out there. You might feel a higher power,
And
for
you're
example.
allowed to.
And go ahead and feel it.
God
but
bless
once you're
you.
like, I believe in God. There's only one God. And if you're not baptized, you're never going to be with God.
I still can't. I still
What
don't
the
get it.
fuck? I asked my mom as a kid, I said, so when all these Indians die, the 1 billion Indians, 1 billion Chinese, they're not Christian. They just disappear or go to hell because they didn't get baptized.
That was always my big thing too.
And then she's like, oh, well, if they have goodness in their heart, it's okay.
Okay,
They can
so
go
then
to
what is it?
heaven. I'm like, then
Okay.
why does it matter if you're Christian?
or like
It doesn't.
When you have a stillborn, you have to baptize them.
Oh,
Still.
that
It's like,
part.
girl.
So for me, I guess my
So-
sundry is religion. It's time for it to go. It's got to go.
It's gotta go.
Or it has to be
Reshaped,
reimagined,
reformatted.
reformatted.
Yeah, it's too much of a conglomerate.
No, it's become it has
a
become
money. It's a money horse.
It's about money.
It's money. That's it.
All of these preachers, all these mega churches, it's about funneling money.
You can't pay your way into being a good person. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
But they believe it. They really
bad.
believe
There's
like,
evil in all of
I go
us.
to church every Sunday and I donated $30,000. It's like, why? So your pastor can have a private jet? What was that about?
Right.
I'm confused. I'm really confused.
Oh, so he shuts when there's
and
a
the
flood
Christians
in
are,
the city,
and the
he won't-
Christians are in power, and the Christians are voting to take away school lunches for poor kids, but they're Christian.
Also, they want to get rid of
Okay,
the
they're
Department of
Christian.
Education. I'm like, what is
Like,
happening?
I don't know how
the
that's
Department of
Christian to take-
Education.
Well, that could be who gives a fuck? We could have a different department, but I'm like, you're actually voting to take away food from hungry poor kids. That's
Good
Christian.
Again, we've talked about this. You
Christians.
take the money that we've been giving to
We got to get rid of
Israel,
religion. Yes.
and we could have
to
given
kill
it to the
people.
kids here,
Right.
And save
Or send our
money there.
We could send
and
our
save them.
We could have a stipend for people having kids, so it's easier to raise kids. in this
Weird.
country.
Because
but
let me tell you,
we give billions of dollars to Raytheon and other weapons manufacturers in Israel.
Oh, that's another thing. I don't know how you guys
want more
afford
kids? Make it affordable. I know.
Like daycare loans, like $1,000 a week or something. Like
I
crazy.
asked
It's-
people at
it's
work.
crazy.
No, I asked people at work.
It's insane.
2 kids in daycare, $2,600 a month.
Yep.
I said that's a mortgage. They were like, she said, yeah, I know, it's the same as my mortgage.
Like, how do you afford to live
for 2 kids?
No.
I was like, so that's already over $5,000 a month just for mortgage and daycare.
So you're
then you have
make
a car. Then you have groceries.
You have to make $100,000.
I spend $300 to $400 on groceries every visit. $300.
Oh, every week.
So
I
then
spend
these people have
150.
4 people in their family. So $5,000 for mortgage and kids, daycare. $300 every other week, probably at least every week, probably for groceries. I mean, when you add it up, it's like if you're not making $150, you can't have 2 kids. And yet they do.
Here's the thing that's fucking crazy though. Our minimum wage is still what?
$7.25.
$7.25.
It's been that way for decades. Yeah, it's like what?
$7.25. I mean, I feel like that's like a gallon of
joke.
gas these
It's a
days.
joke.
It's like a milk.
It's a joke.
Hell, my Coke Zero now is $2.50 at the goddamn gas station. $2.50.
No, the price is
It's so bad.
It's getting really. It's
bad.
like,
and it's probably based around religion. I'm just kidding. But like, it's all a big circle of life here, honey. It's all the capitalism. So I'm sure some money's funneled somewhere from something.
and that is great. That's a good point.
And that's
another episode.
And we're on our way to Buckwood right now.
Yeah. So we're on the way to Buckwood. We're gonna get there this evening,
We're gonna get fucked.
and maybe
I don't know. Sometimes, can I just admit something? And part of this book is like about allowing your inner darkness to come out.
Oh yeah, I've
Some
done
of it.
that. Yeah, I do that.
But like secretly, I want to be a fucking slut. But does everybody feel that way?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. A lot of people prejudge themselves and won't allow themselves.
Well, that's
to
what I'm
be-
saying. No, but
Oh,
like I'm
yeah.
saying their dark self. So like nobody knows what
Is
you're really,
everyone's dark self wants to be a slut?
yeah, or be a slut, like not talk to people. Like is everybody kind of nasty? But we've all been like trained.
I don't think people are nasty, but I do think people in general, most people want to be sexual, yes, but they are constrained by everything else telling them, no, that's slut, that's whore. You can't do that.
Like sometimes I really just want to be a
Yeah, we
slut.
have. Good, you should be.
I know, but it scares me.
Oh, I don't. It doesn't scare me.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get past the, ooh, I don't
Like you saw me at the Eagle.
I mean, I am a slut.
What was I doing at the Eagle?
Well,
I was being a slut. I was in full view of everyone doing all this stuff. Yeah, like,
but
right?
like, why is it a slut? Why is it not just
It's
enjoying your
not.
life?
I didn't
You know what
feel
I mean?
like it was slutty.
But that's the thing. That's what I hate about.
I was having
everything.
fun.
And we're
this
safe.
is a you thing. I had fun and did
Well,
not.
no,
feel,
I don't think it's just a me thing. I
wasn't
think
out-
it's a human nature thing.
Not for all humans, but yes.
But yes, no, but I think there's a lot of
Wait,
people. in
you
this-
feel it's a human nature thing to judge yourself as a slut if you do sexual things? Or do you think it's human nature to feel
No, not human nature. It's
human
we've
nature
been
to
taught
judge
that.
others? Yeah, yeah.
We've been taught that we're
It's-
nasty to be.
It's
a
definitely
slut.
not in our nature to think
Our
that
nature
sex
is to
dirty.
slut. Our nature is to sleep around because we were supposed to
Yeah.
No.
Have you seen Animals?
parents.
What about parents?
We're supposed to be parents.
Parents, what do you mean?
We're supposed to be straight hetero parents, according to. I mean, think about it. Like procreation is the reason why we fuck, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, definitely not. Look at the Feast of Dionysus. Look at all the Greeks.
Oh, yeah,
They got
true.
together for the Olympics for orgies. Like, we actually are not. This is the Christian image that has been put down on us. That's why they called God Father. Because they wanted to make it a family structure to control people.
I call him
They
Daddy.
merged religion with politics to control people and say, we need the family unit. Other religions have done it. Hinduism has the same thing. The man is the leader of the house, and he owns the woman and he owns the children. It was to create order and structure in the society. It was not because this is human nature.
It's kind of crazy.
We're not meant to be monogamous. Some people fall into that
No.
because it feels comfortable, and that's great. No, I'm not shitting on
No
that.
shade.
But most people are not fundamentally wanting to be monogamous.
Well, and your body won't allow you to necessarily all the time because that's why you get crushes and stuff on people and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like you're supposed
You're
to
turned
be,
on by other people who are attractive to you. You should be. That's normal.
It's called life. I don't know where that was going, but I just feel like I had a.
Basically, though, I do think you do still judge yourself as the things you do. You see them as like, I can't be a whore. I can't release myself. I
Right,
can't.
right.
I don't think you're fully sexually free yet.
Me
Yeah.
as an individual or
Individual.
Oh, yeah, okay,
you
yeah.
still have these thoughts of like, oh, I can't, it's like, just do it.
no, because. And this has been another episode of Not Well.
I'm Jim.
And I'm Bobby. I'll be in the barn all weekend long. Come see me.
Being a slut.
Being a slut. I'll just be jerking off watching everyone.
No,
and I
yeah,
love
right.
it.
And that's fun. That's
like
fine.
it.
That can be your
Yeah,
own
it's
personal
fine.
slut activity.
That is my personal. I am a slut.
Then that's fine. You don't have to fuck other people and like get blowjobs. That's our own personal slut activity, and that's fine.
I love it. Everybody find their inner slut. We'll see you next time. 67825. What?
614
That was an Atlanta number.
721-5336. 614-721-5336.
Oh my God, what is happening? Thank you. Goodbye.
I'm done.
I couldn't remember. Why did I say 678?
Like 67853. I was like
I was like saying like an old number, like an old like.